Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei issues order to strike Israel directly. This comes according to a report on the New York Times. The Supreme Leader's order comes as retaliation for Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh's killing in Tehran on Wednesday. So far, Israel has neither acknowledged nor denied the killing of the deceased Hamas chief. However, both Iran and Hamas have accused Israel of the assassination. Amidst threats of Iran's call for revenge for the killing of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel will respond forcefully to any attack on its soil. He said that his forces will exact a heavy price from any aggression on any front. Further, Israel is seemingly prepared to face any attack, citing crushing blows to Iran proxies, including Hamas, over the past few days. Following Haniyeh's killing, hundreds marched across the West Bank, Lebanon, Iran, Turkey and other countries to demonstrate against the killing of the Hamas chief. Following the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, Hamas is not ready to give up just as yet. Khaled Meshaal is the top contestant likely to take charge as Hamas chief. The 68-year-old served as the group's exile leader in the 1990s. Meshaal also led the Palestinian Islamist movement between 2004 and 2017. He became known around the world in 1997 after Israeli agents injected him in a botched assassination attempt in Jordan's capital, Amman. Iran-backed Hezbollah has confirmed the senior commander Fuad Shukra has been killed in an Israeli strike on the outskirts of the Lebanese capital. The group said Shukra was martyred on the road to Jerusalem, using a phrase referring to fighters killed by Israel. The confirmation comes after Shukra's body was recovered from the rubble on Thursday. Shukra is the senior-most leader from the Lebanese group to have been killed in nearly 10 months of the war with Israel. The United States has urged its citizens to not travel to Lebanon following rising tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. The U.S. State Department raised its travel advisory to level 4, which says do not travel. Meanwhile, the United Nations convened an emergency meeting of the Security Council on Wednesday. In the meeting, Rosemary DiCarlo, the Under-Secretary General for Peace-Building Affairs, said that the situation across the border and Lebanon was increasingly worrying. Ukraine has received the first batch of F-16 fighter jets that it has sought for months in a bid to fight back against an onslaught of Russian missile strikes. The fighter jet is equipped with a 20 mm cannon and can carry bombs, rockets and missiles. The US has also been training Ukrainian pilots on how to fly the jets and has already graduated the first group of pilots on its operation. Similarly, NATO allies including the Netherlands, Denmark and Norway have also agreed to transfer F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. Former U.S. President Donald Trump launched a racially insensitive attack against Democratic presumptive nominee Kamala Harris at the National Association of Black Journalists annual convention. Trump said that his opponent for the White House happened to turn black a number of years ago. In response, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris called it the same old show of divisiveness and disrespect. While addressing the black sorority event in Houston, she said the American people deserve better. Meanwhile, the White House issued a statement calling Trump's remarks against Harris insulting. Khalid Sheikh Muhammad, the alleged mastermind of Al-Qaeda's 9/11 attack on the United States, has agreed to plead guilty. The U.S. Defense Department said that It has reached a plea deal with Muhammad along with two accomplices, Walid bin Atash and Mustafa al-Avsawi. As per officials, the three would plead guilty to some charges in exchange to avoid death sentences. And this comes after more than 16 years since their prosecution began for Al-Qaeda's attack that killed nearly 3,000 people and altered the course of the US and much of West Asia. Vietnam Prime Minister received ceremonial welcome at President's House in New Delhi on his three-day visit to India. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Shin are scheduled to hold bilateral discussions today. Both the leaders are likely to discuss the possibility of expanding access for Indian and Vietnamese goods in each other's markets to strengthen bilateral economic cooperation. The defense cooperation, including India's proposal for the sale of BrahMos missiles to Hanoi, is also on the table. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has slammed his election rivals for the death of at least 20 people in deadly protests following a fiercely disputed presidential election. He has also said that his opponents have blood on their hands and vowed that they would never be in power. The Delhi demonstrations has led to the closure of shops and public transport across the country. Meanwhile, the US has said that the international community are running out of patience, waiting for Venezuelan electoral authorities to release complete detail on the country's election. Sudanese Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan reportedly escaped an assassination attempt after a drone strike targeted an eastern Sudanese Army base during his visit. Shortly after the attack, the head of armed forces was seen greeting officers, seemingly unmoved by the incident. He also delivered a speech at a military graduation ceremony. During his speech, he said that the Sudanese Army will not join talks with the paramilitary rapid support forces in the country, which is scheduled to take place in Switzerland next month. Myanmar's military junta has extended the country's state of emergency by 6 more months, delaying promised elections again. The junta chief Min Aung Hlaing argued that more time is needed to prepare for valid and accurate ballots for the promised elections, which may happen in 2025. According to reports, the decision to extend the emergency was unanimous among the National Defense and Security Council. Recently, the junta has faced major opposition and defeat to an alliance of ethnic minority armed groups. Meta Platforms reported higher than anticipated sales numbers for the June quarter. This provides more proof that the company's bets on AI are paying off with more relevant and tailored sales, ad sales that too. Shares of the social media giant rose in late Wednesday trade on the news that the firm has made progress. This will allow CEO Mark Zuckerberg to put money into more goods with an eye towards the future. He spent much of his time complementing Meta's AI smart glasses and virtual reality headsets. Zuckerberg also discussed the company's drive into huge language models that will power AI chatbots while addressing experts and investors. Concerns that rising mortgage rates will dampen demand caused real estate stocks in Japan to fall to the lowest level since March 2020. This comes after the Bank of Japan hiked its key interest rate. A measure of real estate stocks on the Topex index fell by as much as 6.4%. This showed real estate sector stocks are the worst performing in the overall index. Mitsui Fudosan and Mitsubishi Estate, two of Japan's largest real estate firms, fell by at least 7% each, while Sumitomo fell as much as 9.4%. Cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike is facing a class action lawsuit. Shareholders claim the company misled investors about its software testing. A global outage last month crashed millions of computers, impacting airlines, banks and hospitals. The company's stock plummeted 32% following the incident, wiping out $25 billion in market value. Delta Airlines has also claimed a $500 million loss due to the outage. Well, South Korea's exports surged 13.9% in July, the fastest pace in 6 months, primarily driven by strong chip sales. However, this growth fell short of expectations. While semiconductor exports continued their upward trend, other sectors like automobiles declined. Exports to the U.S. increased, but China-bound shipments, though up, showed signs of weakening. This, combined with a slowdown in Chinese manufacturing, raises concerns about the sustainability of South Korea's export growth. A ransomware attack has disrupted the operation of nearly 300 small local banks in India by shutting down their payment systems temporarily. Sources reveal that Edge Technologies, which provides banking technology to these institutions, was the target of the attack. In response, the National Payment Corporation of India has issued an advisory announcing that it has cut off Edge Technologies from its retail payment systems to prevent further damage. As a result, customers of the affected banks are unable to access payment services during this isolation period. Founder of crypto social media platform BitClout has been charged with wire fraud and selling unregistered securities by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the Department of Justice. Nadir Al-Naji was arrested in Los Angeles following a wire fraud charge and civil claims against him. Officials claim that he deceived investors who invested hundreds of millions of dollars into BitClout. Al-Naji began making BitClout in 2019, presenting it as a unique social network that encouraged investors to monetize their social media profiles. As per a report, Indians collectively spent 15 billion hours on hold during customer service calls in 2023. This resulted in an estimated economic loss of $55 billion. New research by AI platform ServiceNow reveals that an individual spends over a day each year waiting to resolve issues or complaints. Industry experts are now warning that Indian businesses could lose up to 2/3 of their customers in 2024 if they do not improve their service speeds. Dutch researchers have introduced the country's first drone lab, which focuses on making autonomous miniature drones. Well, now these drones are designed to help humans in detecting gas leaks in factories and participating in search and rescue missions. Inspired by the natural behaviors of ants, bees and birds, the scientists aim to mimic these creatures' flocking instincts in their drone technology. The Indian state of Kerala is witnessing a major calamity as deadly landslides in the Wayanad district are said to have claimed over 276 lives. This after torrential rains triggered massive landslides in the area on Tuesday. A massive search and rescue operation remains ongoing. The Indian Met Department has issued an orange alert for Kerala, forecasting more rains. Heavy to very heavy rainfall is also likely to occur at isolated places in Kerala till August 1st. Heavy rainfall is also predicted for August 2nd. Advanced light helicopter from Indian Navy's Kochi are supporting operations in the district. The Indian Navy has also deployed ground teams, divers and medical personnel as part of the larger efforts, even though adverse weather conditions due to incessant rains that continue to pose great challenges. In India, a cloudburst in Uttarakhand's Kedarnath has caused major damage. Authorities are particularly concerned that between 150 to 200 pilgrims may be stranded in Kedarnath. At least 3 people have died, while 19 are reported missing after the incident of 2 cloudbursts. Several houses have been damaged in the aftermath as well. The cloudburst triggered a landslide in the Bhimbali stream along the Kedarnath walking path, damaging approximately 30 meters of the route. Emergency services, including the State Disaster Response Force, district police and local officials have been placed on high alert following reports of the cloudburst in the Lincholi area. The regional Met Centre has issued a red alert for very heavy to heavy rainfall across 7 districts in Uttarakhand for the next 48 hours. Seven people have been killed and 2 injured in heavy rainfall which has lashed India's Delhi NCR region, prompting the Indian Met Department to advise residents to stay indoors unless necessary. The advisory specifically warned against visiting areas prone to waterlogging. The national capital experienced major waterlogging following an intense bout of rainfall, resulting in major traffic disruptions across various regions in Delhi. Around 10 flights have been diverted from Delhi to other cities. The IMD has issued a red alert for Delhi for the next 24 hours. They have forecast moderate rainfall with thunderstorms and lightning in various parts of Delhi as well as surrounding NCR. Rainy conditions are expected to persist until August 5th. Other regions in the NCR have also experienced thunderstorms and light rain.